beautiful people. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are happy, healthy, and safe. Today is Sunday fun day. It is the 11th of October. I am a little bit late on talking about mental health because yesterday was considered to be mental health, so I wanted to put my little 2 cents in, and I wanted to talk about it and define what mental health means to me. You know, mental health means differently to different people, so what mental health means to me, I want to talk about it. So that's what the video is going to be. If you don't know who I am, my name is Faven. I'm in the medical field. Been there for 10 years, married, no kids, and that's about it. But anyways, let's continue. Before we go, make sure that you guys have subscribed. I would truly appreciate it. Make sure you guys like. Make sure you press that bell button so when I upload on the next video, you'll be able to see. And also comment if you've dealt with mental health issues. You don't have to put down what you are dealing with. You can just say yes or no, or I understand. You know, you don't have. I don't want you to put down what you are dealing with because that is your. That's you don't have to do that. You don't have to tell anyone what you're dealing with unless you want to. And that's your choice. So mental health to me is such a huge subject. Like, I cannot fit mental health in a 10-minute video. To me, I can't. There's just so much aspect to deal with it, especially when it comes to medical. There's just it's so huge and so broad to talk about mental health. Like, you just can't fit it in one little thing. For me, personally, in my personal life, mental health means to have the ability to have a clear mind, to have the ability to function clearly without having a cluttered mind, to be able to do your daily activities without having the fear of failure, the fear of anxiety, the fear of something's going to hurt you, or having the ability to be treated equally as anyone else in this world just because you have anxiety, depression. I mean, I do have anxiety, and I know everyone has a little bit of depression, but I don't have like schizophrenia. I don't have bipolar disorder. I don't have got the hiccups though. I don't have those certain disorders that cripple people. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to sit here and pretend like since I don't have it, I cannot sympathize with that person, or just because I don't have it, it doesn't mean I don't know anybody that doesn't have it. I actually know somebody in my personal life that has schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, and other mental disorders, and I know that person very, very close in my life, and I'm not going to mention who it is, but I've seen it firsthand. I've seen what depression does in firsthand. I mean, I have a little bit of depression, but mine is not as bad as some people that try to commit suicide. Some people that try to just exist, not live. They just trying to exist. And that must be trying to get into my car. That must be the most just frustrating, just angry feeling. I don't know how it feels. I can't say, oh, having bipolar disorder, it feels this way. I don't know, and I'm not going to try to know. Well, I want to know, but I'm not going to try to say, well, yeah, you will feel like you're in a box and you're trying to get out. I don't know, and I'm not going to insult people that do have bipolar disorder, or that do have schizophrenia, or that do have multiple personality disorder, and say, oh yeah, I understand exactly how that feels. I don't. And it is so important to to recognize people that do have that mental disorder and not make them look like they are the clown of the community, or they're like that disgrace in the community, or disgrace of the family, or that person that you don't talk about, that you keep a hush hush in your family. We should not do that. We should actually embrace them, let them know, you know what, I am here for you if you need me. Sometimes, from my personal experience, some people have more than one mental disorder. You know, they might have schizophrenia, they have bipolar disorder, narcissism disorder, they are very manipulative, they will get anything that they want to get, and at any cost. That means if it has to cause your health, your happiness, your sanity, as long as they got what they want, they're fine with. People like that, I stay away from. I completely will block you, completely will cut you off my life, because I have tried in my lifetime, I have tried with this specific person to make it work for years. And finally, I had enough, because my mental health started to get affected. I start to feel depressed, even more depressed. I start having anxiety. The minute I hear the person's name, I get so anxious. The minute I hear this person's name, I get so angry. I had to cut the person out of my life. I completely had to cut that person out of my life. It does not mean I don't love them. It does not mean I don't wish good things for them. It doesn't mean I don't wish that they get better. It does not mean I don't pray for them. It does not mean none of that. It means that for my mental health sake, I had to step away. And that is 100% okay. As long as you gave yourself 100% effort to make that relationship work, and you know you've done what you can, it is 1000% okay to walk away. It is 1000% okay. Because at the end of the day, you have to protect your own mental health. Because if you don't protect your own mental health, there is nobody that will be able to protect your mental health. Your mental health is your mind. Like, our mind, our brain is the most fascinating thing in this whole universe. It's like, there is not going to be enough studies that can get done in our brain that we will understand it fully. There is no way we can say, oh, I have done all the research on mental health and all the research on the brain and stuff like that, and I understand it fully. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. There's so much research that still needs to be done. I'm pretty sure there's so much mental disorder that's still out there that we don't know anything about. So having the knowledge of having open eyes and open heart and open mind with someone that is struggling with mental health disorder, that someone is struggling and wanting to get help, it is our responsibility to help them. It really is, especially if they are really truly seeking the help. If someone really says, hey, you know what, I really need help, I really need to get in contact with a doctor, or I really need to get in contact with a psychiatric ward, I really need to see a psychiatrist, and they come to you and they're asking you, they are in that state of being so fragile that it can go either way. It can go left to where, they have gone to the deep end and it's going to take a miracle to get them out of that deep end, or it can go to the right and they can get the proper treatment. It doesn't mean just because they go to the doctors the next day they're going to be miraculously better. No, it does not mean that. It means that it's going to take a journey, and it's a lifetime journey. It's not just, oh, I'm going to do weight loss, I want to do keto for 6 weeks, I lost 20 pounds, I made my goal. It is not like that. mental health disorders are most likely for a lifetime. Certain things, like let's say if you get like tics, is probably because of a trauma, and then once you deal with that trauma, that tick might go away, not fully, but it might get to the point where you don't have as much ticks. Like, I want to give myself for as an example. I don't know what my mind is trying to protect me from, but there must have been something that I went through that I cannot remember. So I used to have a lot of I was very depressed. I would tell you that. I was very anxious. I was very stressed out for years, and I let it happen. Even though people were trying to tell me, like, you know what, don't stress out, it's fine, you be okay. For me, I'm a type of person that want to get my home in order, and I couldn't get my home in order when it comes to finances. We were struggling. So I was having really hard time. I was constantly depressed about it. I couldn't sleep. I had extreme anxiety. If I saw a light company truck, the ones that we use, if I saw them pass by my house, I was for sure they're going to stop by my house and turn off my lights. If I saw the water company pass by, I was sure they're going to cut my water off. Gas, I was sure. Every company, even though if it's not the same company, like I have Time Warner or Spectrum, and ADT was fixing a line by my house for another customer. We don't have ADT. I was asking the guy, why was he cutting off my services? I have already paid my bill. He's like, I'm not cutting your services. I'm not even here for you. He's like, ma'am, what do you have? I said, I have Spectrum. He's like, ma'am, I'm from ADT. I'm like, AT&T, I mean. I'm from AT&T. I'm like, oh, sorry. Because I was so stressed out with bills. I was so stressed out with life, period. Every little thing stressed me out to the max. So, and that's when I had to cut the person off. I was saying, the first thing I did was cut the person off. That's the first thing I did. I'm like, you know what? I can cut this person off. I can control this part. The other ones I have to have a lot of money for to get rid of it. But I worked hard. I was able to get money, and I was able to pay everything off in full. So the stress, it was not going to go away right away. I was still thinking about it, but slowly, every month, the stress decreased dramatically to the point where I didn't have that stress anymore. I was feeling good. I didn't have to come home. First thing to do is turn on the light to make sure that our lights were still on. That's what I used to do last year. I wouldn't come home and turn on the water to see if it's on, or turn on to hot water to see if that hot water is still there. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to come home and turn on the TV to see if we have still Spectrum on. I don't have to do that anymore. So I was finally able to just live my life peacefully as it could get. And then all of a sudden, I started getting sick. Things that did not make sense. Yes, I think the Botox was something that was a catalyst for it, but they couldn't understand why I was having extreme muscle fatigue to the point where I couldn't walk for about 3 days. I had to be on a walker for a month and a half. I couldn't pick up even a bottle of water. Everything was too heavy for me. They couldn't understand what I was going through. I was going through some type of a mental crisis, and they said my mind is trying to protect me from not thinking about whatever it is. So instead of thinking about it, is going to focus that pain I probably had to physical pain. So that is affecting my body. Now I'm going to concentrate on my body instead of concentrating on the mental health part. If that makes any sense to you. So if I have dealt with whatever it was a long time ago, I'm still trying to get all that situated and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it's not that a bad thing. Maybe it's all that anxiety and that stress of doing all those things for years and years. And other things I'm definitely not going to talk about on the internet. But all that anxiety and stress through lifetime finally crashed at the same time. Like when I have nothing to worry about anymore, it finally crashed. And my body's like, nope, we're not dealing with that, because I think it would have crashed too. So I was like, you know what? Instead of me crashing, I'll let her body crash. So yeah. I used to be in therapy, but I always quit. I never went back because they always talked about certain things I did not want to talk about, or they always forced medication that I did not want. So I always stopped. But this new person I'm speaking with, she is really great. I really, really enjoy her. I think she is, I'm not going to say I fully 100% trust her, but I trust her enough to where I am taking her advices, and it's actually truly helping. But anyways, I have to go and clock into work, and make sure you guys really get the help you need. If you need it, please talk to people, please reach out. You know, don't be afraid or ashamed that you have a mental disorder, because you're not the only person in this world. If you don't have anyone to talk to, you have me to talk to. You can send me messages, you can send me an email or whatever, and I don't judge. I take that back. I'm learning not to judge. I'm learning, and it's a hard thing to learn. But I'm learning not to judge. But if you do want to talk and you feel like, you know, like I really need to talk to someone, you always can call the crisis center. I will put the crisis center number down. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe they have like just a 1-800 number, a nationwide 1-800 number. I will put the suicide hotline number down. I will try to do my best to get all the information in the description bar below, so that you guys could definitely get the help that you need. And make sure that you talk to your primary care doctors, get your appointments, talk to them, even if it's not face-to-face, if it's by video, even by telephone. Just please reach out to someone, please talk to someone. It is so important that we get our mental health together, because if our mental health is not together, we will not, it doesn't matter what you do, it does not matter how much money you have, it does not matter how many friends you have, how much jewelry you have, how banging your body is, it does not matter how famous you are, either on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or just you're a movie star, you are a musician, you are a model, it does not matter. When our mental health crashes, it doesn't care about your status. It does not care. It will crash, and it will cripple you. So please get the help you need. I will list everything that I can in the description bar below. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share, and I will speak with you on the next time. I love you all. Please, please, please subscribe. I really would appreciate that. And I'll talk to you later. Love you all. Bye.